School of the Spirit 101. Introduction to the Holy Spirit. Chapter 1. Making the Connection. For people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having the appearance of godliness but denying its power. Avoid such people. The Apostle Paul in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2 through 5. Let's play a word association game. I say a word or phrase, and you respond with the first thing that comes to your mind. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Holy Spirit. What just came to your mind? Did you think of power, freedom, comfort, help, guide, or God? If so, why did any of those words come to mind? We must begin our journey with a foundational truth. The Holy Spirit is first and foremost God Himself. Contrary to what many people think, the Holy Spirit is not an impersonal force or an energy field. He is a person with a capital P. The Holy Spirit isn't merely a personality such as an angel or some other kind of spirit. No, He is fully and completely God. He is divine and the third member of the Trinity. How did we get to this point? In the first few centuries of the Church, Christian leaders gathered in official councils to help the Church define true teaching, orthodoxy, and separate it from false teaching, heresy. They saw the danger of false teaching infecting the Church, and they wanted to stop it. One of the major questions they addressed had to do with the nature of God, including how the Church was to understand and define the Holy Spirit. These church leaders determined that the nature of the Trinity, also called the Godhead, is as follows. God is one God. All three members of the Trinity eternally coexist, and each member of the Trinity is a distinct person who dwells together in unity with the other two. When you hear the word Trinity, it will help you to think of it as triunity. These early church leaders described the Holy Spirit as the Lord, the giver of life, who proceeds from the Father and the Son, who with the Father and the Son is adored and glorified. Accordingly, the Holy Spirit is not merely the projection of God's will, neither is He the energy proceeding from God to accomplish God's purposes. No, the early church councils concluded that the Holy Spirit was and is, in fact, God Himself. Today, the Church consists of many denominations, traditions, and expressions, all of which emerged since the Nicene Creed was first crafted by those early church leaders. All of these different churches, with a lowercase c, seem to have more to say about their particular way of administering water baptism than they do about how we are to understand and relate to the person of the Holy Spirit. In reality, however, Jesus taught much more about the Holy Spirit than water baptism. I do not say this because I think water baptism is unimportant, but because the relationship we have as believers with the Holy Spirit is vital for an effective Christian life. Christians have often treated the Holy Spirit as if He were an add-on appendage to their basic salvation or a silent partner in their lives. But as I look at the life and the ministry of Jesus and study the early church, I recognize that the Holy Spirit is in no way silent. He is very present and very vocal. Water baptism is a one-time event, an initiation into a life of following Jesus with reckless abandon. But the Holy Spirit is our ever-present helper, guide, and teacher. He leads us on this lifelong journey. If we know the Holy Spirit personally and pursue His leadership, then He will teach us the things we need to know for success along our journey. We shouldn't minimize Jesus' teaching about the Holy Spirit and turn it into something optional,